A big church. The preacher was preaching. The choir were singing. The technical department were filming. Everybody were busy worshiping and doing other stuff. And all of a sudden, a famous prophet emerged. It was like someone trying to expose a secret. And the preacher seems to be on his way. But suddenly, he slink into a room, a building, an hallway that was part of the church. And nobody all this while says to care or go in there. But in this hallway was a bunch of people living there, and nobody knew it. As soon as he slink into that room, I went after him. In my mind, I felt like I have to be a bodyguard to the prophet. All of a sudden, everyone hiding in that hallway, in that building came out to the hallway lining up. It appeared that they have heard that a prophet, the famous, respected prophet, has walked in. So they all line up in the hallway. All those lining up were former members of the church. Those at the front of the line could be seen by members that were inside the church, and they recognized them. And they said, "Is this not Sister D, Sister B, Sister C, Brother A, Brother C, who have not been coming to church, who have been giving excuses that they are sick, that they are busy, that they are at work, and yet they are sleeping in a building by the church at the time of worshiping." And as we continue in this hallway, there was this other set of people. They were people that seemed wounded, bruised, injured, disappointed by the church, or by the pastor, or by members of the church. And as a result, they have not been to the church for a long time. As we continue in this hallway with all these people lining down, the more we continue, the more intense it becomes, the darker the room becomes. There was this other set of people lining up. They look unkempt. They have not combed their hair. They don't care anymore. Their clothes seem tattered. They look like they've never taken their bath for years. These were people that were angry, bitter, offended, and keeping offense, unforgiving for what have been done to them. And so they have been living in this mode all these years. And as we continue in that hallway, many of them were still lining up, coming out from different rooms. So we could not end the hallway, so we decided to go to a side door. And by that side door, there was this particular girl who had become so violent that she almost rough-handled the pastor that was stepping. And she became so violent, so possessed. And as we passed through that side door, we came out. And I looked and I said to myself, this building has been by the church all this year. It's part of the church building. And these people have been inside this building all these years, and we never care to even come in to go in there. I was wondering, what is the meaning of this? I was beginning to think, what do we do to invade this building, invade this hallway, and get these people out? God is calling on the church to go out and call back those who have abandoned, left the church, those who have been injured, wounded, bruised, those who are living, who have been disappointed, living in anger or bitterness. I'm inviting you today to come back to church. Come back to God. As God would have it, the following Sunday when I was in church, I was talking with one of the attendees. We got into a talk and she made a mention of her father, who had left the church since the 90s for over 30 years because there was an issue between him and the pastor. And all these years, he has never stepped his foot back to the church. God is calling you to come back to the church. In Hebrews chapter 12, come back to the church, to the city of the living God, to countless thousands of angels in joyful gathering. When you come back to the church, you have come to the assemblies of God's firstborn children. You have come to God Himself, who is the judge over all things. You have come to the spirits of the righteous ones in heaven, who have now been made perfect. When you come back to the church, you have come to Jesus, the one who mediates the new covenant between God and people. When you come back to the church, you have come to the sprinkled blood, which speaks of forgiveness instead of crying out for vengeance. No matter what has happened, it is time to be reconciled. It is time to embrace forgiveness. It is time to let go of the offense. It is time to let go of the bitterness, because Jesus said He's coming back. He's coming soon. He wants you to forgive, to repent. And He wants the church to go after their lost brother, to go after those who are out of fellowship. Come back to God. Come back to Jesus. Come back to the church. God is restoring you. God is healing your wound. He has come to set you free. For His name's sake, embrace the Lord and be restored back to the church.